Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're actually going to frame your entry into the gig economy like an exciting, gamified quest to achieve ultimate financial freedom. If you've been itching to quit that 9 to 5 or, just launch an incredibly lucrative side hustle, you are literally in the exact right place. We're going to break down the ultimate 2026 freelance roadmap.
So here is the level map for our quest today. We're covering the 2026 freelance boom, identifying high-value freelance skills, choosing your launch platform, hitting that 30 days to first client milestone, mastering your pricing strategy, and finally, upskilling for long-term value.
All right, let's jump straight into level 1, the 2026 freelance boom.
A modern freelancer really isn't just someone doing random odd jobs anymore. It's totally shifted. You are your own boss, tapping into this massive corporate pivot toward flexible talent. Companies are seriously cutting back on their full-time teams, but they absolutely still need flexible, specialized talent. Think editors, designers, and AI specialists. The beauty here is you get to pick your skills, hunt down your ideal clients, and get paid for exactly the value you deliver, all without being locked into a rigid salary contract.
And the demand is just unbelievable right now. A whopping 38% of the entire U.S. workforce engaged in some form of freelancing recently. Plus, global freelance platforms are projected to balloon to over $16.5 billion by 2029. That is massive. The gates are completely wide open, the corporate demand is incredibly real, and honestly, the tools we have access to make this the absolute easiest time in history to get your start.
Okay, moving on to level 2, high-value freelance skills.
Now it's time to pick your character class. These are the absolute top-tier skills right now. AI prompt engineering has completely exploded as companies literally scramble to figure out all these new AI tools. LinkedIn actually reported a crazy 21x increase in job posts just mentioning prompt engineering. If you can write crystal clear instructions for tools like ChatGPT or Midjourney to get precise results, clients are going to pay you a serious premium. But hey, definitely don't ignore the core staples like UX/UI design, full-stack development, or video editing. With over 500 million YouTube users in India alone, short-form reel production is booming right now, and it is incredibly beginner-friendly.
And mastering these specific skills is exactly how you push past that coveted $100 an hour mark. Even if you're a total beginner, diving into AI prompt engineering or web development can easily start you at $25 to $50 an hour. The big takeaway here is that these are high-value skills. They have massive market demand, insane income potential, and the best part, you can execute them completely remotely straight from your laptop.
All right, level 3, choose your launch platform.
So, as a total beginner with 0 clients, your absolute best first step is to launch on Fiverr. It's perfect for fast, instant entry, even though they do take a 20% fee. You'll want to create 2 or 3 service listings, they call them gigs, in your niche and price yourself competitively, just to build up that portfolio and gather some initial reviews. Once you've got those solid Fiverr reviews serving as social proof, you can pivot over to Upwork. Upwork is where you'll find those higher-paying long-term contracts. And eventually, you can start funneling your direct, loyal clients over to Contra to dodge platform fees completely and keep 100% of your earnings.
Let's hit level 4, 30 days to first client.
This is the exact playbook to transform from a total beginner into an active business owner in just 4 weeks. Week 1 is all about the 80-20 rule. Pick a niche and focus on learning the core 20% of that skill that will actually yield 80% of the results. You don't need to know everything, just enough to create a solid sample. Week 2, you build a super clean, simple portfolio website featuring 2 or 3 of those sample projects. It immediately answers a client's biggest fear. Can this person actually do the work? Week 3, you're setting up and optimizing those platform profiles. And boom, by week 4, you're actively sending out proposals, doing outreach, and landing that very first gig.
Next up, level 5, master your pricing strategy.
How much should I charge? Honestly, it is the most intimidating question for any beginner. Getting it wrong can cost you a ton of time and leave a lot of money on the table. Most people start by charging an hourly rate, which is totally fine at first, but trust me, eventually you are going to hit a wall.
You absolutely have to avoid the hourly trap. Think about a brilliant designer who made a measly $180 for an incredible, high-quality website simply because it only took them 3 hours to build. When you get really fast and really good at your skill, billing by the hour actually punishes you. Instead, switch to project-based or value-based pricing. An equally complex website could easily pull in over $4,000 if you price it based on the end result. You need to focus entirely on how much value, time, or money your service is saving or generating for that specific client.
Now, to survive this level, you really need to dodge some common scam red flags. Upwork data shows that scammers love to lure in enthusiastic beginners with job offers that sound way too good to be true. And then they'll immediately ask you to chat off-platform on WhatsApp or Telegram. Don't ever do it. Keep all your communications and your funded milestones safely on the platform before a contract starts. Always protect your income by using platform features like funded milestones for fixed-price gigs or official time trackers for any hourly work. And never accept requests for free upfront work.
Finally, level 6. Upskill for long-term value. Whether you're a busy college student or juggling a 9-to-5, mastering your time management to constantly upskill is literally how you stay ahead of the AI curve. Actually, 40% of Gen Z students are already balancing academics with freelancing right now. They're using strict time blocking, dedicating specific uninterrupted hours to school, work, and upskilling without multitasking. Remember, basic repetitive tasks like data entry are getting totally eaten up by AI. Your long-term value relies completely on continuously upgrading your skills. Think about moving from basic writing to full-on SEO content marketing, or leveling up your UI design to include voice user interfaces.
Let's look at the realistic 5-year trajectory from a struggling solo beginner to a true niche authority. Look, don't expect to be pulling in millions in your first 3 months. Year 1 is really just about foundation, surviving, making mistakes, learning client communication, and building up that confidence and portfolio. By years 2 and 3, you're in the growth phase, raising your prices and locking in stable, predictable monthly retainers. And by year 5, you've got authority. You've built a powerful personal brand, maybe scaled into an agency model, set up multiple income streams, and you are absolutely no longer competing on price.
I want to leave you with this final, truly empowering thought. Clients don't care if it takes you 20 minutes or 20 hours. Clients care that the work is done and it is done well. If you focus entirely on the actual value you deliver, rather than obsessing over the clock, what incredible skills will you choose to monetize first? The gig economy is out there waiting for you. Level up your skills, build your empire, and take total control of your career.